What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This video we're going to be going over how to trade penny stocks as well as how to read level 2 on TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. Real quick, guys, my name is Thomas and I'm actually someone who has been day trading these penny stocks for a while now. I'm actually more so a swing trader getting into day trading, but I wanted to make this video to go over level 2. So if you're someone who is a beginner, wants to know about level 2, this video is for you, as well as talking about some levels when it comes to penny stocks that might make sense, some things you want to know, some things you want to be looking out for when you're trading them. And we're going to use this stock right here, VBIV. This stock is going to be a perfect example for us right now. What I want to do is go through this stock. We'll look at some other stocks as well because there's of course many stocks you can trade, but we are live right now in the markets. The market is open. That's why this video is key. If you're going to watch a level 2 video, you want to see the market open when this is happening so you can at least see what's going on. So what I have here is VBIV pulled up, and I want to zoom in here really quick. And so this is pre-market. This is actually after market hours on Friday. Today is Monday, and this is pre-market. So we came up to about the same level, like that 177, that 175 general area seemed to be a resistance. Throughout the day, we kind of came up to it. We came close. We got to 175, pulled back. Then we ripped right through 175 and made a push up to about 188 or 189, almost like maybe almost 190. And so that was kind of the resistance we broke through, and then it was kind of push, push, push. And take a look at $2. We really struggled to break $2. We never did. And so why did that happen? Well, I was actually watching this play. I had an order ready to go for the break of $2. I was ready to play this guy. I had an order at $2.03, a stop limit order. And I actually used the active trader tab here on TD Ameritrade. So what I have here during the market hours, I like to have time and force day. And so what do? So right now we're trading at 175. So I have 2 shares in the quantity. You can change that to whatever you would like. But if I wanted to wait for the break of 185, for example, what I would do is I usually would play 2 to 3 cents above. So I'd look to 187 and I would put a stop limit. So when the stock price here on a day order, time and force day on TD Ameritrade, you can put a stop limit. So the actual stock's going to have to get to that price, and then it will execute as a limit order or a stock, or there's also stop market orders and things like that. So it's not going to be of risk. You're not going to get put in at a limit order right now. But that's just really kind of besides the point here. What's going on? We're seeing some action here. We're seeing a potential drop through this last indicator, which is the 200 exponential moving average. So level 2, guys, you're going to see it right here. You pull it up on the bottom here. It's level 2. You pull it right up. You're going to see it right here. And so what you can do here is you have a couple options. You have level 2. You have the NASDAQ full book. And then you have, looks like the BATS Edge full book, okay? And so the reason why I like to look at this is because you can kind of see where buyers and sellers are hiding. Not hiding, you can see where they are, okay? And the thing about level 2 on TD Ameritrade is it's not going to be the best level 2. It really is not going to show you the full picture. I do want to disclose that, although it's going to help you. If you don't know anything about level 2, before you start jumping into hidden sellers and things like that, but before you jump into those things, you know, let's at least learn what it's about, and then you can look into other level 2 features where you can kind of start diving a little bit deeper into what's going on the level 2. So what we have here on the left-hand side is the bid, and we have on the right-hand side is the ask. So here are where the sellers are, and here are where the buyers are. So right now here on the bid, we're seeing 361, 106. It's all going to be changing, of course, because we are, it's market hours. So 175 is seemingly stacking up as a lot higher numbers on the left-hand side versus these lower numbers on the right-hand side. So what is that telling me? That's telling me there's a solid support here at 175. Why is that the case? Well, again, a previous resistance becomes support. We kind of had that a couple times we saw in pre-market, and then we saw it before here in the early part of the day, and then we kind of dropped down, then we came right back up, so we kind of developed that support a couple times. And when you're looking at the bid size versus the ask size, what I believe here is when it comes down to level 2, you have to multiply this number by 100 actually to tell you guys how many shares that order has. So this person has an order at this price for about 43,000 shares. That's what it's really saying when it comes to level 2 right here. Of course, it's always going to be moving. Now, I can tell you right now, Thinkorswim level 2, I've been told from a number of sources, is quote unquote garbage in terms of, exactly, it's like not the best level 2. It's not going to show you guys everything, but it's a good idea. So you can generally see we have more buyers here, or we used to. At 175, we had more buyers than we had sellers. And so what happened? The stock price went up a cent. Okay, now it's at 176, 177. So what do we have here? We have, looks to me like a little bit more on the selling side. Now the buyers are coming in. So we kind of have that battle back and forth. And you can also see it right in here on the active trader. It's going to show you the 107 versus the 97. Now add 2 zeros times these by 100, I believe. That is going to be telling you the actual size, how many shares that order is, right? How many are stacked up on the bid, how many are stacked up on the ask. That is what that's telling you here. But even if you're someone who doesn't understand that, you don't need to worry about that too much. All you need to know is that generally, right, when there's more here on the bid than the ask, right, generally you would think the stock would go up. Now, of course, you don't know because there could be hidden sellers, this, that, and the other thing, but generally that's what's happening. So let's just see what's going on here. Right now, that 178, we have a lot more sellers, or at least a little bit more sellers here than the buyers. Now, of course, buyers can come in at any time. Sellers can come in at any time. So what happened? Boom. We had more sellers. We dropped down 1 cent. And so you're going to kind of see that. Now, when things are moving very fast, you know, it's going to be tougher to see this real time, but that's what you need to be looking at. Another thing to note here, guys, on TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, this is time and sales. I highly, highly recommend you look at time and sales. So I can pull this up right here. It's going to be showing you all the orders that go through, okay? And so you can see the size of the order, you know, how many shares. This is actually telling you how many shares, okay? So we can see these are 100 shares. This is no multiply, no. 3 shares went through there, 1,000 shares there, 10 shares. It's coming through real time. This size of the time, if I can, you know, expand this out to give the exact up to the second time, I don't really care too much. I just want to get a general idea of what's going through. We can see the price, all these things. And so that's a great way to also look at things, okay? You can kind of see what's going on the level 2. You can pull up time and sales and really get a sense at if a lot of, like, look, 26,000 shares just came in at 176, I believe. So that was a lot of shares. Now, you can kind of see somebody had to buy those shares and somebody sold those shares. So by seeing these things, you're starting to understand how the price is moving. We can really see right now 175, solid support area. Another thing that I would look for when it comes to trading these penny stocks is where's the volume. So look, again, just under that 185, it has a lot of volume traded. What does that mean? Generally, that could be a resistance level because there's a lot of volume traded there. If we do get back up towards that level, that could be a tough area to break through. But if we break through that, well, where's the next highest volume area? Again, $2, we see some decent volume. We haven't broken out. We can look at the charts and see things like that. So, perfect example here, guys, of a penny stock. What would I do right now? Well, what I would do based off of what I'm seeing is this may be a decent place to buy this stock. Now, I think we have a range from 175 to 185 on a fairly conservative level, which is a 6% gain. Now, of course, I don't necessarily recommend that play. I'm more of a breakout player. I'm not going to be someone who's going to be buying right now. You also want to look at volume. Volume has been fading off, although we are in lunch hours. It's 1:15 p.m. Eastern time. Generally, there's not as many traders. After like 11 a.m., especially 12 p.m., you know, the trading dies out until about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon before we get that last little rush before the close. So now here we are back at 175. We have a massive, you know, a ton of bids coming in, 400 plus on these out that we're seeing right here. And look, it just came right down. Look, that all got taken right out. Boom, the sellers are coming in. Now we're dropping back to 174. We may drop one. Look, here we go. More sellers are here. We have less people looking to buy. We are dropping down 173. We could now make a pretty significant fall here if we can't develop some support pretty soon because we've dropped below some indicators. We potentially have dropped below the support wheel, although we did hit 173 last time. 173 is like our final ditch here support for now, and then we'll see what happens if we are able to hold a certain level. But that's what's going on live here, and it's a great time to see it. I think when I was first learning, I would see all these things. I wouldn't see anyone doing this live, and so it's good to see it live. You guys can kind of see. Just know that we have more here, more sellers than we have buyers as of right now. Although buyers will come in, sellers can come in. So that's why you have to understand this could change because I can come in right now. If I had a big account, I can come in and buy 100,000 shares if I wanted to, right? And that would just, you know, throw things off. You don't even see me coming. Boom, I can just buy at the market. Boom. So that's something that you also want to look out for. And then look, we are dropping down 170. So we're going to see if it comes down hard here. Of course, some volume, some higher spikes. Although we are downtrending in terms of the volume, we'll see what happens. I think this stock is going to be done for now. We'll see if it can develop a support and come back in the afternoon. But generally, come that 12 o'clock, if we broke that $2. We had a chance, but now we don't. I think as of right now, we're going to be downtrending for at least the time being. Other things to note, other things that I have found when it comes to trading penny stocks, if you can draw like a downtrend right here, boom, we can draw this downtrend. Now, of course, we have some indicators. I would draw this downtrend in just something like that, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but just something like that. And what you would look for here is if we can break out of this downtrend, then that offers an opportunity for us to make a trade, so more of a breakout trade. So if we were to come back, now look, 170, so we've been dropping hard. Now look, we're going to be developing a new support. I think 170. We'll see if 170 holds. But if we come back and break back above that 175, I think there's room to the upside, maybe back to 185. We'll see. That's kind of how I'm playing these penny stocks. And that's how you're going to want to use level 2, at least have an idea of what's going on here. Of course, I know you can go to other places and get better level 2 quotes. These are not going to be the best. TD Ameritrade is not the best when it comes to level 2. I would recommend E-Trade if you're someone who's looking to trade. E-Trade probably would be a little bit better in terms of level 2 quotes. But again, time and sales, level 2, seeing it all live, it's going to give you a good idea. It's a great place to start if you're someone who's just starting out. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about in this video. Again, now look, 170, developing that support. We've got some more coming in. We're upping this back up. But again, 173, it's going to be tough to break past 173. We got a lot of sellers right there. And that's what you're looking at when you're reading level 2. So hopefully you guys can see that. And if you fall back to areas like 170, or you go back to 175 and you see a lot of buyers coming in, we see a lot more green, higher numbers coming in on the green side, you may be looking to go back up, a lot of bids coming in, people looking to buy this stock, and that is generally how to read level 2. One more stock to talk about really quick before we jump away in terms of penny stocks. This is actually, I want to bring this one up because it is a super low float. So when we're talking penny stocks, I don't want to be the one saying, hey, it's a penny. It's not, okay? We're talking low float stocks. So this stock, CYCC, the time I'm filming this video, there's not that many shares offered to the public, okay? And so what happens when there's not that many shares? Well, that means the stock has a chance to make significant moves very fast. And so we saw that here just after market open today. I actually played a pretty small amount of shares, kind of playing around here with this guy, and made massive moves up, down, and then back up. And so what you want to look for here is whole numbers. Why do I say whole numbers? Well, take a look. Looks like $16 right here. Pretty strong, almost like a double top we kind of see. Pretty strong resistance. Once we broke through $16, boom, flying right back up. And you can also look and find other areas. So how do you find other areas of resistance and support? Well, what I like to do is go to the daily chart. So I go to the 1 year, 1 day chart, and I get to kind of zoom this guy out, and I can kind of see previous areas where there was resistance, there was support. And so what I can do is, again, on any other trade. So NBY was another one today that was similar. Look, NBY, look, we can take a look. So once we broke that 150 area, because we kind of came up to that 150 right here, where's the next area? Well, looking right here, maybe $2.22. $2 is a pretty strong support just naturally. It's like a psychological number. And then $2.20, and then after that, room to maybe even $4. So those are some areas you can kind of see how high these stocks have spiked in the past. So if they do get news and they start running, you kind of can look back through the daily chart and see where they've had previous areas of resistance in the past. And that's a great indicator, at least to tell you how much room this stock has. So using level 2, seeing real time what's going on. Are we developing a support? We have a resistance here, a lot of sellers coming in, and then looking back to past days, psychological numbers, whole numbers, every 25 cents, we can kind of see those areas, and then looking to play the breakouts, looking to even dip buy at supports. That's how you would play these penny stocks. Again, just as fast as they go up, they can come down, because we're talking about low float stocks here, guys. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want more, I am posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday, I'm recapping my swing trades for the past week. So if you want to be in on that and see what I've been doing, see how I've grown my account nearly just about now 300% over the past 6 months, you guys can jump and stick around for that. Again, I have 2 links down below as well. Webull and Robinhood. I don't recommend Robinhood for day trading or swing trading. I would recommend more Webull, where you can get 2 free stocks. It's a great sign-up bonus. Sign up. Get your first free stock, deposit $100, get your second free stock. If you can't afford $100 and you're someone who's just starting, put a few bucks in, see how things go. As that money is settling inside of your account, what you could do is paper trade on the platform as well. They have a paper trading platform, trading with fake money. It's really great. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below in the comments. Highly recommend you guys subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you are still watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. That being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.